What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and right now we're going to be talking about a defensive strategy that I put to work that is going savage. Now, just understand this. You don't have to run the 4-3 even, you don't have to run the 3-4 odd, but I'm going to give you what is primarily needed to let your your defense scream the way it's supposed to. A lot of you guys have been like, yo, Gmi, I'm not getting any pressure at all, what's going on? But if you watch my videos regularly, I pretty much come out in different formations, we experiment, we look at abilities, we see what EA is nerfing, and we try to figure out what's the best case scenario. Alright, there's no need to really go crazy about certain things because the way the game is made, you can come out and do whatever you want. You just have to make sure that you can get key stops. Trying to stop somebody on every drive is not fathomable. With the way that it is right now, this game, since like Madden 16, it's almost impossible to really lock somebody up, even if the person has no idea what they're doing. Prior to like 16, you really saw games where people didn't score any points. But the game is not as competitive as it once was, so we have to create different scenarios in which we can get decent pressure consistently. Alright, so for those of you guys that are just joining me as a newcomer, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. This is where you're going to want to be for all your Madden knowledge. I can guarantee you'll have some fun with all the videos and everything that goes on within this channel and on Twitch at GmiasWorld. Alright, so with the way that we are right now, Lawrence Taylor, okay, you're going to need Lawrence Taylor right now. A lot of you guys are like, yo, Gmi, is he the best case scenario if I only can get one card right now with most of the most feared part 2? Is he that guy? I'm going to tell you right now, shout out to Shannon Sharp, yes, he's that guy. You know what I'm saying? And this is why he's that guy. When you're looking for players that are going to be excessive savages on the, like with the, stopping the run, stopping the pass, stuff like that, you're looking for the 3 different attributes: the block shed, the power move, and the finesse move. Usually, I don't want to say all the time because this is Madden and nothing is consistent, but usually when they're all 90s, that player is going to be very, very dominant. Now, this year is kind of interesting because over the past couple of years, I've been asking for EA to make the attributes matter in addition to having the ability. This year, if you don't have the right attribute, it doesn't matter what ability you slap on the player. They won't play well. So when you look at his 90 speed, his 92 excel, that is extremely crazy. The 90 strength, it's wild against an average tackle. And we all know Lawrence Taylor made the left tackle position famous because he was coming right in and just doing whatever he wanted. So that's very important that you guys understand what's going on with those 3 attributes. I try to say it every video that I can so that you guys more or less have an understanding of it, so that as we continue to go forward with it, it works out a lot better. Okay, so taking a look at the way that this is, you got a very, very high speed. All right, considering that he is a linebacker, you could put other guys that, have different attributes. You could do like Myles Garrett, but he doesn't have the speed. He has all the other attributes, he just doesn't have the speed. After you get a player like this, adding the right ability is key. For what it's worth, double or nothing, usually you're going to get something. I think EA is very, very smart with this because it's double or nothing, so it's not guaranteed to do anything. But once you gain those pass rush points, when you're going to get a dominant pass rush, you're going to see it. You're going to absolutely see it. And is it consistent to where, you'll go a whole quarter and not see your guy do anything? I will say no. All right, you're going to get at least one of those crazy sheds at least once every 4 drives. Well, not drives, I mean every 4 plays, not drives, right? So if an idiot comes out and goes for it on 4th down, it might work out that the dude just sheds immediately on that down. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have it like it varies, but you will get it out because the pass rush points continuously reload. At some point they'll get it, whatever, maybe they get a sack, whatever, it'll continue to reload, and as that happens, you'll always be able to use twice the cost to get that dominant move. So that's what I've seen. I think it's better than edge threat. For those of you guys who are going to be asking about edge threat, I honestly think it's better. You can try edge threat and unpredictable. That's also a really good one. But for the most part, double or nothing does a decent amount to the point where you'll just throw a guy to the ground on the time when you're dominant. And I think that that's much better than edge threat, because edge threat, you'll get a power move where he'll shed, but it's not as fast as when this happens. Although it doesn't happen as often. When edge threat works, it works, but it's not as dominant of a force as when it was first put into the game. So it's not the same thing. All right, so that's the first guy, right? The second guy that we're using right now, we raid sold Harold Landry III, and we got Broderick Thomas. Now, the reason that a lot of people aren't talking about him is because most of you guys don't know who he is, right? So he played for the Cowboys, the Vikings, the Lions, and the Bucks. So if you're using a theme team, you can even make him even more savage, all right? But same ability, but take a look at the numbers again. A little bit weaker, you know, by 2 points than LT, but still pretty high. 93 excel, 90 speed. The low end on the finesse move, but his power move is grizzly. And that's one of the things that I liked over Harold, because Harold got the high finesse with the low power. I prefer the higher power. If you got to lose one, I would say lose the finesse, because power move is going to be more dominant. Even when he doesn't have the pass rush points, the power move guys are going to really fight to get through that lane. So the 94 and the 94 are really, really good right there, and that's something that people need to understand going forward. So everything about these two pass rushers is very, very important. Okay, I just want to make sure everybody understands that. It's an extremely important thing, because your edge rushers are the most, you know, other than the guys that run, you know, 3-3-5 wide and they audible down with safeties, that still is probably a little bit more advantageous. If you're just trying to, you know, be a basic player or whatever and come out and just run the meta, that works. Just so you guys know. But they don't shed like these players do, the linebackers, obviously. But what they will do is when the inside guys get a good contact on the tackle, they just scream around the edge, and they'll, you know, for instance, some people will audible down, and a guy like Diablo would be on the outside with a 95 speed. He would scream in on a contained blitz out of a wide, but you need everything to go right. Also, those blitzes are easily countered if you don't move left or right and you just stay in the pocket, as opposed to having double or nothing on linebackers that are going to do a move and come right in. So there are advantages to both sides. I just want to point that out, because a lot of you guys do run the meta, and it's something that works for you. I'm not telling you to change. I'm just letting you guys know this is a factor, having these linebackers as your core. Now, if you run 3-4, you're going to need 3 more players. You're going to need a D tackle, a left end, and a right end. For me, Michael Strahan is one end, and then we have Khalil Mack attack on the other end, and then we use Aaron Donald in the middle. Okay, those are the 3, because you guys have been asking about it. I show my team all the time. I don't hide anything from you guys. It's some of the times you got to go through the videos and kind of take a look, but I try to make it a point to show my lineup during my early morning streams to kind of let you guys see what's going on. So if you guys go through the videos, you'll see what you're looking for as we go through it. So that's the base for the 3-4 odd, and it screams with Lawrence Taylor and Broderick on the outside, right? So that's the first way that we line it up. Now, the second one is the 4-3 even, where now it's pretty much the same exact thing, but you have a little bit more. You have the 4 players on the inside. So now you're using an additional player, okay? It is definitely something, you know, this is something that people need to understand. When you take a look at the way that the 4-3 is set up, you're going to need an additional player. I don't like Warren Sapp, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is something that people need to understand. I don't want to pay to upgrade him, but he's fine where he is right now, because he's not really doing much. To be honest, he's the worst card for the Raiders theme team, in my opinion. He doesn't usually do anything anyway. So we just leave him just like that. If you boost him up, it'll be better, because obviously, you know, the better the attribute, the better, you know, obviously he might play. But for 4-3 even, you would use him as the other player, because you would need 4 inside linemen. So it'll be Michael Strahan, Warren Sapp, Khalil Mack, and then you'll have to have Aaron Donald. And then the same linebackers, Lawrence and Broderick. That's the food for thought I want to make you guys know. Those are the setups for the core. Your secondary and everybody else that's involved, that's all good and well, but that is something with the setups. Once you guys start running this type of defense, you can make it work. And remember, I don't run nickel anymore, the nickel triple. I just run 3-4 odd, and I run 4-3 even, depending on what my opponent comes out in. And those are the core guys that I use right now. So if you have guys that are better, it's only going to scream more. If you have any other additional questions or comments, definitely leave it in the comment section. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. Stay blessed, health and wellness. Until next time, one love, y'all.